Uh-huh. Just reading this from January 2008. Yes. This is a Palm cell phone. Yes. I used to have one of these. Right. And it used to be that when you used a cell phone, right, it would ping the phone. Yep. And it was quite possible that you could find the GPS location of a person. Now, this cell phone was one of my favorite cell phones. Yes. And I think it was left in my stuff at the fifth wheel. Yes. But let's say that you had virtual reality. Yes. Where you were going to make clones or androids or dogs or whatever you want to call them, and they were somewhat virtualized. Yes. The thought of using the cell phone system of the ping to locate, yes, is somewhat frustrating because of some limitations of cell phone towers. Now, we all know that we don't need cell phone towers. Let's say I was that corporation that decided to android various individuals, just hypothesize, yes. But I needed a way for them to be virtualized so that they would know where they're at, even though they're not experiencing reality. Now, the GPS system might have certain flaws. Yes, yes. Now, we talked about the timing of individuals. Yeah. Then the Google glasses, right? And then the virtual reality. Why would I want a system of mapping, yes, that didn't involve any of the known systems, but did use the actual users of the phone's ping? Yes, because it pings about every second. Now, let's say, okay, certain individuals, yes, that are non-actual persons, right? Their thought was, well, actually, I don't think in the reality of a person. They're not part of the people. Yes. It would have to look like that they were walking around with full knowledge of the reality, even though it wasn't a reality. It's kind of like a satellite system that has to be timed within a billionth of a second. Yes. Your actual location would have to be within a nanometer of where you're actually at. Now, there's a possibility that technology, yes, wants to be able to use the GPS location of what you do as a consumer without selling it to advertisers because there's not a lot that is useful to advertisers about what you do every day. But they want to be able to map, yes, to the nanometer. Well, let's call Alphabet. Now, I know that certain technologists have been experimenting with different types of cloning technology. I mean, it's well documented. Yes, it is. And possibly the androiding is a little different than the cloning. See, an android doesn't have to look like an actual individual. Let's say you wanted to make what look like people that didn't have a look-alike. A clone is a look-alike of a person. That's right. An android does not look like any person. So if you were going to make it look like a person that doesn't have an actual human clone, yes, you would want your androids to be on a virtual reality where you would know it. Well, let's call the alphabet and find out. Is there a geolocation system? See, let's say you're in the top secret acronym family of the God Eye of the United Nations that doesn't want actual citizens as employees. You want the God Eye of the United Nations. Yes, knowing the virtual reality that's being experienced by each of your androids because of the God Eye of the United.